Hey, welcome everyone. I am Steve Jackson with Evolve Guitar. Today we're going to be taking a look at 7 from Taylor Swift, and I'm going to include tabs for this song down in the description below. And hey, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and give me a like. So the first thing that we're going to want to do for this song is go ahead and put a capo on the 2nd fret. And the other thing that I highly recommend, go ahead and get the tab. I got the tab I said down in the description below. Get that because, you know, this song isn't that hard to play. It's just mostly using simple chords, but it's kind of hard to remember because the chords sort of change a lot and the chords don't necessarily repeat always when you think they will either. So definitely get that. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is play an A chord, and I just really simplified the strumming pattern for this song. You could do it different ways, but I think it sounds really good and is very simple just by strumming down and up the whole time. So basically we're going to strum down and up, and we're going to do it 8 times, and we're going to do it on this A chord. Then next up we're going to switch to E minor, and same thing, we're going to play it 8 times and we're just going to strum down and up. Then we're going to go to a D chord, same thing, 8 times down and up. And then we're going to go back to A and do the same thing. So that is the pattern for the first verse. So just those 4 chords, 8 times a piece, and it's just going to repeat that 4 times. Getting into the chorus of the song, we're going to do the same strumming pattern, just down up 8 times, but we're going to start off on an E minor chord. Then we're going to go to D, same thing, 8 times, down up. Next up, we're going to go to a G chord. So that's our first sort of new chord in there. And then we're going to go back to A. And this A chord is going to be twice as long, right? So there's 8 strums twice. So 16 altogether on this A chord. Now from here, it almost repeats, but not exactly. This is why it gets a little confusing and why you want to kind of be looking at the music while you're playing it. But it's going to go back to this E minor chord, to D, to A, and same thing, that A chord is going to be twice as long. It's going to be 16 total. And this is where it almost repeats again, but not exactly. So it goes to E minor again, to D, to A, back to E minor, to D, to this G chord again, and then to A. So like I said, really the only challenge there, I think, is just remembering which chord it goes to, because it's like it almost repeats exactly, but it doesn't exactly repeat, right? It throws in that G chord sometimes. And then the next section that is different is the bridge section, and it's going to start off on a B minor chord. If you're not familiar with B minor, I'll show you. So we're going to bar across on the 2nd fret, and as always, when we're using a capo, when I say the 2nd fret, I'm talking about the 2nd fret up from the capo, right? Because literally this is the 4th fret, but we're going to call it the 2nd fret for now. So we're going to be on the 2nd fret here, and 4th fret here, 4th fret here, and then 3rd fret here, and 2nd fret on the high E string. I should also say, right, this isn't even a B minor chord. It's really a C sharp minor chord, but it looks like B minor, so we're calling it B minor. So we're going to play this B minor chord 8 times. And then we're going to go to D. We're going to do that 8 times. To A, 8 times. And then back to D. And that bridge section is going to repeat 3 times. After that, it's going to move on. It's going to go to the 2nd verse, and as I was mentioning, in other parts of the song, it doesn't do it exactly the same. So again, look at the tab, but it's going to start off on an A chord. We're going to do 8 times. We're going to going to go to E minor 8 times. We're going to go to D. And then back to A, and this one, again, like the other A's, is twice as long, so it's 16. We're going back to E minor, to D, and to A. And we're staying on A twice as long, to E minor, to D, back to A. And here's another interesting thing. So again, like the rest of the song, we're getting into the second chorus now, and the second chorus is actually using different chords than the first chorus, which is really unusual, actually. I can't think of too many songs that do that, but this song does that, so pretty cool. Anyway, so the second verse starts on an A chord, and goes to E minor, and then to D, and then to A again, back to E minor, to D, to G, back to A. Again, a little bit confusing to keep all that straight, but definitely just get the tab and it'll be pretty easy to play. In the outro section, it's going to go to this B minor chord again. I'll do this 8 times. To D, back to A, back to D.